Welcome to a completely new way of learning about the newest features in Dynamics GP. My name is David Laster, and I am the Director of Software Solutions at GraVoc, a Microsoft Gold ERP partner based in the Boston, Massachusetts area. I work extensively with Dynamics GP, Dynamics 365 Business Central, and Microsoft Power BI. What I have created and want to share with you is a self-contained PBIX file, which is based on a single, large, curated spreadsheet. The data has been imported to the Power BI model already and provides ready reference material for Dynamics GP users, administrators, and consultants everywhere. Let's dive in now, and I will show you how to get the most out of this report. The Feature Analyzer tab can be used to isolate, explore, or pin down a specific feature of interest. Let's take a few minutes to explore how this page works so you can get the most out of this. It contains objective information and categories and groupings, displayed in red and green tiles on the left side of the page. A short and long description of the new features appears in the purple tiles on the right side. The breadcrumb trail in the location tile is the path to the window that contains the new feature within the Dynamics GP application. And subjective coding and grouping done on my part by module, topic, area, and audience appears in the blue tiles in the middle. This is part of what makes this what's new in Dynamics GP analysis with Power BI fun and interesting for all. Let's start by looking at the version tiles. You can click on a single new version by name and see the associated new features all over the page. You can also click on the release date to do the same. If you are considering an upgrade and want to know more about the new features that apply to the versions you will be acquiring along the way, use the version table in the top left corner. With the Control key pressed, click on each of the versions in your upgrade path. For example, if your existing version is GP 2016 R2, then click each of the options beyond that to expose the new features that apply to you. You can also see backwards in the version area, meaning that when a feature is highlighted elsewhere on the page, the version it was released with will be highlighted. In the location tile, let's scroll down to Sales, Inquiry, Transaction by Document, and click on that. And you will see the Go-To buttons were added in the October 2021 or 18.4 release. Let's look by window. The window tile shows all of the window names in Dynamics GP that are part of a new feature. Click the Payables transaction entry here. See the new extended description field features and description on the right, as well as the copy and paste from Excel feature, among others. Also notice that the location tile displays the path to the window within the Dynamics GP application so you know where to access the window. Some of them are obvious, others are not. Now, let's go look at the Print 1099 window. Notice how GP is keeping current with changes to miscellaneous and non-employee compensation, or NEC. On the left, it is evident that the latest versions have the data structure and window changes to support the current tax forms. Let's go look at the posting setup window. This is something that doesn't change very often, but now you can see GP has a new efficiency available when posting customer cash receipts. Let's go try one more. Let's go to the Purchase Order Entry window. Now let's look at the Report tile. Scrolling to the Budget Import Exception report. And this new report you'll see was added to ensure issues were reported to the user when importing budgets with the Excel wizard. Very helpful indeed. But remember, along with new reports and windows comes the need to grant users access to those windows and reports under their existing roles and tasks. So make sure this is addressed as part of your upgrade project plan. Let's look at the payroll check register, where a number of new fields are now standard on the report, effective 2018 R2 version. If yours is already modified, though, when you upgrade, you might want to consider trying out the new report and the Fixed Asset Year-End Close Report. This is a new report in fixed assets that shows a wealth of information about the asset activity and the ending and roll forward balances. In the Web Client section, clicking on the Yes record will expose all of the new features for the GP Web Client and what versions those features were released in. It's not wildly popular in my experience, but as you can see, it has been steadily improved over the last few versions, especially for self-service payroll. The last green tile in Workflow. And since Workflow continues to also be enhanced, clicking on the Yes record here exposes the new workflows. Note the ones of interest to you and prepare to check them out. Bouncing down to the bottom right-hand corner, by location. The location tile displays the breadcrumb trail, or the path to get to each of the windows. Some windows have multiple enhancements. See all of the posting enhancements and new options in this Posting Setup window, accessed through Admin, Setup, Posting, Posting. And discover the new fields exposed on journals by going to Financial, Inquiry, Journal Entry Inquiry. Now let's take a minute to look at the 4 subjective categories in the middle of this dashboard. Starting off in the module section here, let's go to Bank Reconciliation. And you'll discover there are 8 new features over these listed versions. And notice that the audience area is filtered down to a lot of treasury type people that may have an interest. Now, let's go select Inventory and discover that there are 7 new features here. One more by module. Let's go see Security. And you're going to discover there are 10 recent enhancements, including changes to passwords and to multi-factor authentication. Now by topic. Email enhancements were added to the sales transaction entry and the purchase order entry windows. New fields were added in a number of different windows across a number of different modules. OData as a service that enables consumption of GP data was enhanced in 2018. And within Smart Lists, you can see no fewer than 10 enhancements have recently been added. Now, by area, you'll see business intelligence and reporting has been the primary focus of improvement in Dynamics GP. Project accounting has had its share of new features even as recently as October 2021, version 18.4. Now, by audience. This classification is used to group the new features more by target user, or shall I say, interested party. And as you can imagine, payroll and HR encompasses a large list of improvements and new features. Treasury here, if I multi-select sales, purchasing, and just the treasury audience, there's a large list of windows that have changes and features that they would want to be aware of. Now, sales and credit management users should become familiar with the new warnings and features at their fingertips, such as emailing a statement right from the customer maintenance window.